for a few hours a message entitled The Spirit and Curse of Jealousy. And I wish there were some people who used to go to our congregation who were still here because they reeked of jealousy. Now, we really don't need to give you a definition of jealousy. When you feel jealous, you don't need a dictionary definition. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
You just know that you're coveting or desiring something or someone that you can't have, that you're not supposed to have, so forth and so on. Let's turn to Malachi, chapter 4, and let's get into the word of Yahweh. Malachi, on this Shabbat, as the word of Yahweh goes forth around the world, on the Yadi Radio Network, thanks to the support and prayers of our friends in Mishpacha worldwide. Malachi chapter 4, and let's pick it up with last week. Now, what I could have done is continued on the teaching that I did last week about Enoch. Okay, I'm not going to do that. It's not worth it. There's something more important here to talk about. Okay? You know that who are the two witnesses? Yochanan and Eliyahu. What about Enoch? Not going to waste it. Go on the website. You can look up the article. It's called What About Enoch? Where I prove Enoch is not one of the witnesses. But if you really don't want me to get this message started until I deal with the subject of Enoch, just listen and let me read one verse before we get into this message, and I'll prove to you that one of the two witnesses is not Enoch. Okay? You with me?
With you.
All right. Are we going?
We're going.
Barely.
We're there.
We're there. Are we on?
We on.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Had a rabbi from Trinidad teaching me what that meant. Yep. Oh, he's also patriarchal, by the way. See, in Hebrews 11:5 it says, by Emunah, Hanok was translated that he should not see death. And he was not found, because Yahweh had what? Translated him. So at the time Yahweh translated him, he was not dead. Correct? Amen. When Yahweh translated him, according to Hebrews 11:5, Enoch, Hanok, was not dead. He was simply not found. Okay. Then we jump down to verse 13. So Rav Shaul is listing the Hall of Fame of Faith, correct? He's listing all the heroes of the faith. He said Enoch was translated, remember? That we just read that, right? That he should not see death. He was translated and he was not found. This is a follow-up to last week. You won't understand this without being here last week or getting the message from last week. But verse 13 says, and when Rav Shaul finishes the list, he says, these all died in the faith. First he says Enoch did not die when he was translated on earth to another location. Then later in verse 13, the word of Yahweh says, all these that were just mentioned previously died. Do you see that?
Amen.
You see that clearly? In Hebrews 11:13? Look at Hebrews 11:13. All these that he just mentioned, including Enoch, died. That's the end of the follow-up from last week. Okay, figure the rest out yourself. He was translated and not found when he was alive, but all those that were previously mentioned eventually died. So who are the two witnesses who never died? They're alive right now. Eliyahu Hanavi and Yochanan the Beloved. Good, now we can get back to the text. Malachi 4:4 and 4:5. You didn't see verse 13. Very good. Remember the Torah, huh?
That's also confirmed in Yeshar.
Correct. It also confirms Sefer Yeshar. Remember the Torah of Moshe my Eved, my servant, which I commanded him in Horeb, Mount Sinai, for Kol Yisrael with the Chukim and the Mishpatim. Verse 5. Behold, I send you Eliyahu Hanavi before the coming of the great and dreadful Yom Yahweh. Verse 6. And he shall turn the Levim or the Levavot, the hearts of the fathers, the Ahavot, back to the children, and the Levavot of the children back to the fathers, the Ahavot, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse through utter destruction. Circle that word curse. We know today that Eliyahu and Yochanan are on the earth preparing to be the two witnesses during Yom Yahweh, during the Great Tribulation, correct?
Amen.
The question is, what are they doing? Well, we know the spirit of Elijah right here is doing what? Turning the hearts of the Ahavot, the fathers, to the children. Try to keep it down a little bit, I know it's difficult. Turning the hearts of the fathers to the children, and you might want to move back a little with the three of you. The hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers. But what does that mean? Right now, what on earth does that mean? How many of you heard the message last week? Can I see your hand?
Yes.
We know that these two are on earth. Are they not?
Yes.
Are they vacationing in Acapulco?
No.
If they're on earth now, are they working on Wall Street? What are the two witnesses doing now in preparation for their ministry during Yom Yahweh or during the day of Yahweh? What are they doing? It says here they are preparing Yahweh's people, turning the hearts of the children of Israel, Nazarene Israel, born again Nazarene Israel, washing the blood, Torah observant, Nazarene Israel, turning the hearts of the children of Yahweh back to the fathers. And who are the fathers? That's right. Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. Away from false teaching and false religion, back to the ways of the fathers. Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. They are raising up an end-time believing army, and Eliyahu and Yochanan are beginning to turn the hearts of Nazarene Israelites away from false religion. Okay, you're a good man. And they have been appointed by Yahweh to turn the hearts of born-again disciples, Talmidim of Yeshua, away from something toward the ways, the patriarchal ways of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is not a message about plural marriage, but we'll include plural marriage in our conversation. This is not a message about plural marriage. So, the spirit of Eliyahu, the spirit of Yochanan the Beloved, and the work of Yochanan the Beloved is on the earth today, and they are teaching and ministering and sermonizing and preparing and publishing and writing and proclaiming on television, on radio. I don't know where they are, I don't know who they are, but they're out there disguised and concealed because they will die, but they will not die till Yeshua comes. And the rumor went out among the Talmidim that John would not die. Yeshua never said John would not die. He said, if he doesn't die till I return, what business is that of yours? And the rumor is that John didn't die. And Yeshua said, no. He said he will die, but in my time and not in your time. We learned that last week. I would suggest you get the teaching if you were not here. So we see that today on the earth, Eliyahu and Yochanan are gathering an end-time army of Talmidim, disciples, to turn their hearts back to the fathers. Now, Bruno, that's simple. We go, oh yeah, so the spirit of Elijah is restoring the Shabbat. No brainer. The spirit of Elijah is restoring the Moadim. No brainer. The spirit of Elijah is teaching us how to wear tzitzit. No brainer. But that's not what he's doing. That's part of the restoration of the tabernacle of David. That's part of it. But there's something else that Elijah and Yochanan are doing right now as we're meeting on this Shabbat. Somewhere in the world, Eliyahu and Yochanan are meeting on Shabbat, and they are working to turn the hearts of born-again Nazarene Israel, the commonwealth of Israel, back to the fathers. There would be no need to turn the hearts of Israel back to the fathers